If starting a YouTube channel is a goal you have for this year, then you need to watch this video pronto because I am sharing the 10 biggest mistakes that new YouTubers make and what you should do instead if you want to start and scale a successful channel without wasting a ton of time. Keep watching. Hey Posse, what's up? It's Alex, and today we are talking all about YouTube. Alex, how do I get started on YouTube? It is a question that I get a lot from freelancers and business owners at all levels. I'm talking about students all the way up to masterminds that I'm in with multi-million-dollar business owners. It seems like everyone wants to start a YouTube channel, and honestly, I am here for it because I think YouTube is a very wise marketing move for those of you who are committed to getting started and doing it right. But listen, I am not talking about starting a channel to become YouTube famous with the hopes of turning it into a full-time career and getting all your money from YouTube monetization. I mean, sure, Mr. Beast did it, but that is not the only way to use YouTube to make some serious money in your business. I actually think the smartest strategy is to use YouTube as a traffic channel and credibility booster in your business. In other words, leverage YouTube's massive and predictable, that's probably the best thing about it, reach to build your awareness, your authority, and your sales. I started my channel back in 2019 as a way to build my authority as a freelance copywriter. My goal was to use YouTube to showcase my copywriting and marketing knowledge, to find and land higher paying clients, and build my copywriting agency. At the time, I had just hired my very first copywriter to support me in my freelance business, and I wanted to grow that agency. Great idea, right? It wasn't until I started getting regular viewers and subscribers asking me to teach them how I started copywriting from scratch that I actually pivoted the direction of my entire channel to teach freelance copywriters how to start their businesses. And it was only after that pivot that I launched the Copy Posse. Now, what's really cool is I have come back full circle and I'm creating content to help, yes, copywriters, marketers, and business owners master the world of digital marketing, branding, and copywriting. So now I still get to talk about all the things that I love to talk about. Today, I have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but my YouTube growth was definitely not strategic or linear in the beginning. I really had to fumble my way around the platform and get familiar with the YouTube audience before I really got it. So this video is going to help you get started on the right foot by breaking down the 10 biggest mistakes to avoid when starting a YouTube channel. I learned so that hopefully you can avoid these mistakes, and I'll tell you what to do instead. So if you want more marketing tutorials to start and grow your business like this one, you know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring that bell to be notified when my next video goes live. All right, now let's get started counting down the 10 biggest YouTube mistakes. Here is what not to do when starting a channel, starting with mistake number 10, starting too broad. Oof, this is a big mistake that a lot of new YouTubers make. They don't want to pick a specific niche or a topic because they have multiple interests or skills or services, and they don't want to box themselves in. Look, I hear you, I get it, now stop it. Welcome to the world of entrepreneurship. Yes, we have multiple interests and squirrels that we want to chase, but listen to me. When you are a brand new YouTuber with no subscribers yet, it is in your best interest to start niche and solve a specific challenge for your viewers. Remember, YouTube is a search engine, period. People search YouTube when they are looking for an answer for something specific. So let's say that you are a music teacher and you're starting your channel. If you create one video about how to play the guitar as a beginner, and then maybe your next video is some random video of you playing piano or playing some other sort of instrument, and then your next video is about your favorite old record player, and your next video is about how to play some expert level song, I don't know, a really hard one, your channel is gonna really struggle to gain traction as fast as it could because YouTube has no freaking idea what your channel is about, what problem it solves, and who it's for. Which means they aren't gonna show your content to potential subscribers, which means potential subscribers will not find you. But if on the other hand, your first video is about a specific topic like learning the guitar for beginners, and then so is your second and your third and your fourth and so on, YouTube will very quickly learn who you are and what you're about and show your videos to the right people, who will be way more likely to subscribe to you because guess what? People subscribe to learn more of the same. If your channel is a hodgepodge of random stuff, people are way less likely to say, I want more of this. Now, the good news is, and trust me, this really is good news, you do not have to do this forever and ever. Of course, you're not gonna have a channel on beginner guitar tips if you are in fact an expert guitar player. So yes, you can eventually broaden your niche and talk about other related things or more advanced topics. When I first started my channel, all I talked about was copywriting and how to get started copywriting. Now, years later, I get to talk about branding and marketing and social media and YouTube and all these other topics that my subscribers might be interested in now. This is really important. My content evolved as my subscribers evolved. But you better believe I still go back to the basics for new subscribers who just found me and want to know how to get started from scratch. So when getting started, get crystal clear on what your channel will be about, what is the main challenge you want to solve, and for who. And then post videos about that and only that for maybe the first month or two until you start to gain some momentum. Remember, first go deep, then go broad. All right, moving on to mistake number 9, copying somebody else. Okay, so this one isn't exactly black and white because I do think that looking to other channels for inspiration can be really, really great. It gives you a really good place to do research and see what topics your potential audience would be interested in learning from you next and to really see what's working and what isn't. But the big mistake is when you try to blatantly copy what someone else is doing or awkwardly, really it's awkward, mimicking their personality or style. People watch a YouTube video to be entertained, inspired, or educated on a problem they need solved. But people stay and subscribe to channels because they jive with the person in the videos, aka me or you or whoever is creating this content. Content is content, and yes, a lot of it is the same at first glance, I get that. But your subscribers aren't searching YouTube for more of the same. If they are still searching, it means they haven't found exactly what they want yet and they are looking for someone who can help them. Which means they want something different, maybe a new voice, a different approach, a fresh perspective, right? And that can be you. When I started my channel, there were a lot of other people and channels teaching copywriting on YouTube. So much so that I almost never started because I thought, oh, so many other people are doing this, right? And on the surface, my topics and titles probably looked pretty similar to the other ones that were out there when I was getting started. But my vibe was completely different. I'm loud and high energy, right? I like to have fun and use GIFs, and I talk with my hands. I'm expressive. What? I'm Italian. Deal with it. And yes, some people don't like it, and I get a few troll comments every now and again. Sure, but hey, it's cool because guess what? I don't like you either. And you can suck it because I was just voted as 2023's most popular copywriter by copywriting.org. Woo, 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 woo. And that proves that while you won't and cannot be for everyone, when you are yourself, you attract your people. Hi people. And that is how I built the Copy Posse. Many of my subscribers who later became students tell me all the time that they feel like they knew me after watching my videos. And honestly, I love that. It's the best compliment ever because I'm just being me. Now, that doesn't mean I wasn't awkward AF in the beginning. Just go back and watch my first video. But as I got more confident in front of the camera, I was really able to be more of me, which felt really, really good. I don't play down my personality or try to mimic someone else. And that will be your secret weapon too. Trust me on this one. Be you. Be weird, be quirky, funny, charismatic, nerdy, loud, quiet, whatever, right? Just be you. All right, let's move on to mistake number 8, not starting because someone else is already doing it. Now, this ties into the last mistake, and I told you I almost didn't start because of this exact reason. But this is a huge mistake because this time, instead of copying another channel, the mistake is going, you know what? There's already people out there teaching on this topic, and I'm gonna use that as an excuse to not start because I think it's oversaturated, or that I'll never get noticed, or that I can't do it better than so-and-so. Or maybe you start a channel on a topic that you aren't interested in at all just to be different, which guess what? That means you'll eventually, you will, I promise you this, lose motivation, you'll give up before it has time to really take off. I honestly can't tell you the number of people who have made this mistake, but listen, if there are successful channels in your niche, great, because they are proof that what you want to do is possible and there is a market hungry for that education. And like I said before, maybe they just want a fresh perspective. But listen, no matter what, growing a channel on YouTube is not an overnight thing, which is actually really, really great as a marketing strategy. It could take you months before you start to see any real traction. In fact, I was posting a video every single week for 6 whole months before I hit 1,000 subscribers. And I don't say that to scare you. I say it because the channel you start is really, really important. It has to be something that you genuinely love talking about about and that you're happy to create videos on. As I always say, you have to be okay with talking to an empty room for a little while. Hello? Otherwise, when you're 3 months in or 6 months in or 9 months in, if you're not seeing these huge results, you'll end up quitting when really you could just be 1 more month away from that tipping point. So please don't sidestep the channel you actually want to create just because you already see other channels doing it. Remember, being you is your superpower, and I promise if you're committed and you enjoy the topic, it will pay off. All right, moving on to mistake number 7, not planning content in advance. Listen, inconsistency is not your friend in social land. You've heard me say it before. Remember, you want YouTube to know what your channel is about so that they know who to show your stuff to. Well, you also want YouTube to know that you are a serious content creator and that you're not just gonna throw in the towel when you don't get a bunch of views. Not just another person who started a channel on a whim and then neglected it. There are a lot of those out there. Now, in the beginning days of your channel, it is very important to post consistently. Whether it's every day or every week like I did and still do, or every single month, the frequency is up to you, but just pick something and then stick with it because it teaches YouTube that you're legit and that you're keeping up with the content for your audience. Now, what does inconsistency have to do with planning out your content in advance, which was actually the biggest mistake? Well, it's simple. There is going to come a time, trust me on this one, when you hit a creative roadblock, or you won't feel inspired, or the last thing you'll want to do is do your hair and put on makeup and record a YouTube video. And when that happens, if you haven't preemptively mapped out your content in advance, it will make pushing through that obstacle so much harder, and you will find every excuse in the book to not do it, and then you won't end up posting a video at all, and then 1 week leads to 2 weeks, which leads to 3, and then before you know it, you're one of those people who neglects your YouTube channel. So you can become very inconsistent very quickly if you aren't actively mapping out your content ahead of time. I like to plan out all of my content at least 4 to 8 weeks in advance at a minimum. I'll sit down, I'll do my research, I'll map out a whole list of video topics and keywords and hooks for each video. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't occasionally switch up my plan or throw in a video that's highly relevant from time to time to capitalize on emerging trends and keywords. But the whole point is that this plan isn't meant to be rigid, it's meant to give you structure and something to fall back on. Like, heaven forbid you should ever want to take a vacation, right? So when it comes time to record a new video, you're not relying on creative inspiration to magically strike. This isn't just important for the YouTube algorithm, it's also very, very important for your subscribers too. If you want them to be loyal to you, then you gotta be loyal to them. That is how it works. So decide how often you want to post videos, then start mapping out your content, right? Maybe it's 1 a week. And I have an entire video where I give you a lot more information on how you can start to do this, and I'll make sure to link to that at the end of this video so you can watch that next. And moving on to mistake number 6, ignoring SEO. Now, I have to admit something. As a conversion copywriter, the word SEO would make me break out in hives before because it was just not something I knew or cared anything about until I started my YouTube channel. And now SEO is my best friend. Remember, YouTube isn't just another social media algorithm like Instagram or Facebook. It is a search engine, although Instagram is now becoming a search engine, but anyway. And it's the second largest search engine in the world, right behind Google. And of course, Google owns YouTube. So when you're just starting your channel with no audience and no subscribers, the best way for people to find you is by actually utilizing that search function. Make it work for you. This means you really need to research and understand what your ideal audience is searching for, what are the keywords they use and when and how do they use them, what are the variations they might use, what questions are they asking. There are a ton of tools available to help you with this keyword research, and I promise you it is super easy once you get the hang of it. Some of the tools that we use are vidIQ, TubeBuddy, and AnswerThePublic.com. And the list goes on and on. You can do some research and find a tool you like. And when you do find a tool you like, use it religiously for every single video you create. Yep, every single video, especially, and I keep saying this, but I want to make sure you guys get it, especially in the beginning. You should be optimizing your video titles, descriptions, and tags with relevant keywords. This will really help your chances of having that video rank higher when someone searches one of those keywords on YouTube. And no, this doesn't mean you keyword stuff or use irrelevant keywords because it will help you get ranked. That's a really quick way to alert the YouTube police and you will lose reach. But look, just like a lot of the things I've shared here, I know SEO-rich titles and topics gimmicks can be pretty boring. So the good news is you do not need to do this forever. Once you have a subscriber base, you can start playing around with your hooks and use catchier headlines to pique the curiosity of your subscribers, which will then help boost your video click-through rate. And then this will help you show up more frequently on the browse page and in suggested videos. But you still want to make sure you're keeping SEO in mind, even if you're using those catchy titles. So make sure to put keywords in your descriptions and tags at the very least. All right, moving on to mistake number 5, underestimating your thumbnails. So this is a huge mistake, huge, and I did it myself in the beginning. Your video might get ranked on the first page of a YouTube search, but what's gonna make a person wanna click on your video as opposed to the other 10 or 15 that are just right there in front of them? Yes, your title is important. I'm a copywriter, I will tell you your title is important, but it's really the thumbnail that's gonna capture someone's attention and make you stand out and get them to click on your video, and that metric is huge in YouTube land. Mr. Beast, the highest paid YouTuber on the planet, actually talks about the importance of thumbnails all of the time.
Do you frequently go that far out of your way to capture the thumbnail?
Yeah, I mean, of course, everyone should. I mean, if people don't click, they don't watch. So you want to give them something to click.
And this is why I A/B test every single one of my thumbnails. It's actually kind of wild to me how much one subtle difference can affect the performance of your video overall. I mean, these thumbnails are identical, except the words make more $sign outperformed raise your rates by 25%. Creating a good thumbnail is a bit of a learning curve, but anyone can do it, and Canva now makes it really, really easy for you. But hey, it's not just what the thumbnail text says that's important. So here are some other tips to keep in mind based on my testing. First, faces do really, really well, and the larger the face, the better. And also the more faces you have, the better. So if you're interviewing someone or referencing someone in your video, put their face on the thumbnail too. Now, of course, this is more important for personality channels. If you have let's say a cooking channel, you might want to showcase a delicious meal instead, but test it. Put a face next to the meal. Does it work better? Probably. All right, my next tip is less text. So most people are on their YouTube on their mobile devices, right? So a whole bunch of words crammed into an itty bitty thumbnail on a mobile device is not gonna look great. Less text means bigger words, which means a higher readability, which means a greater click-through rate, and that is really, really important. And lastly, a great hook. So whether the hook is more through imagery, like Mr. Beast is famous for, or through words like how I do it, having a strong hook that captures attention is probably the most important tip when it comes to thumbnails. All right, moving on to mistake number 4, neglecting your viewer experience. So as I said before, people come to YouTube to be inspired, entertained, or educated. This is a video platform. People expect videos to be of a certain quality. And if you have a shaky camera, a terrible echo, or the lighting is bad, by the way, I apologize for the lighting. It keeps changing in this video, so do as I say, not as I do, then people aren't gonna watch your videos. They just won't. They will choose someone that has a better quality video experience. Oh, and the trolls, they will come out because heaven forbid you add in a sound effect that someone doesn't like, but hey, it's just part of the game. Now, I'm not saying that you need to drop thousands of dollars in professional video equipment. I started actually really, really simply. You don't even need to have a real SLR camera in the beginning if it's not in your budget. Honestly, you could get a solid tripod and a smartphone and a mic and nice lighting, or just stand in front of a window. That does so much for your lighting, unless the sun is going behind clouds like every 3 seconds like it is right now. But you'll be surprised how professional your video quality is, and you can spend basically, a couple $100 to get started. I have a free YouTube equipment guide with links to all of my favorite equipment, along with my tips and tricks for getting the best quality videos, and you can download your copy of that in the description box below. But listen, the viewer experience doesn't stop with video quality. You'll definitely want to learn some basic editing techniques or hire a professional if you can afford it. Pay attention to things like transitions and cuts. Edit out any unnecessary pauses or gaps or long-winded sentences that really don't add anything to the video. And even try adding some visual and sound elements where appropriate. And that makes a really huge difference in how long a person will watch your video and whether they'll keep coming back to watch more. A lot of it is subconscious. We don't even know that we're being entertained and our attention is being pulled forward unless we really pay attention. You'll notice in my videos, something changes every few seconds, whether it's a jump cut, a graphic, a GIF, or maybe a sound effect being added in, even though some trolls hate those. Mistake number 3, not promoting your videos. So if you publish a new video to YouTube and then think your job is done, think again. You need to promote your channel and every single new video you post. When you first start your channel, you're not gonna get very many views. You just won't. That's just the name of the game, especially if you are starting from scratch and you don't have an audience or a brand or a current list that you can use to promote your video to. Like we've talked about a lot in this video, it's gonna take some time for people to find you through the search function and for YouTube to trust you enough to push your content to a wider audience. It does take a little bit of time to oil that bad boy up. So that means that you need to put in some work to get your videos some attention. We want eyeballs seeing your videos as quickly as possible. And the easiest way to do this is to promote your channel. And I'm not talking about running ads, although if you do have the budget to run some ads, okay, the more power to you. I have only tried running YouTube ads once and it didn't go very well, so this really isn't a strategy that I would recommend, but I am talking about organically sharing your videos with your community, whatever community you do have right now, the second you post a new video. So this means if you have an email list, send them an email. If you don't have one, start an email list now. That is a mistake I made too, but that's a video for another day. If you have Instagram, make sure you post there, post it to your stories. If you have Facebook, post about it there. I'm talking LinkedIn, TikTok, X, really anywhere that you have any followers online, you should be promoting your new channel and your new video to them. In fact, when I started my channel, I had no email list, I had no brand, I had no audience, but I did have friends on Facebook and Instagram, and you better believe that I promoted my videos to them and then ask them to share. And I know it can feel a little bit awkward in the beginning, especially if you're like totally pivoting into a new career, but you will be surprised how many people are so happy to show you their support and give you a like or a share when you're just getting started. Oh, and make sure, I know I said this, but make sure you promote your videos as soon as you post it, because the more views you can get in that first 10 minutes can really impact the algorithm, and then YouTube will hopefully show your video to more people, and then that will make your channel grow faster and get you more subscribers overall. All right, moving on to mistake number 2, you post and ghost. So again, if you think that growing a successful YouTube channel ends with posting great videos, then think again. Yes, YouTube is a search engine first and foremost. We love that about YouTube, but it is also a social media platform and there are actual people out there watching you. So people might primarily go to YouTube for content, yes, of course, but they absolutely crave connection. And if you aren't engaging with your viewers by replying to or liking comments at a minimum, then you are really missing out on a huge opportunity to build a loyal fan base of viewers. Remember, your viewers have hundreds of thousands of options for where they could be spending their time and attention. So taking the time to reply to a comment really shows them that you care about them and hey, that you would like them to come back. It makes them feel good, it makes them feel seen, it makes them feel heard, and hey, it makes them like you a little bit more. And then hopefully they refer other people to your channel and they keep coming back for more. We love you, I love you, my subscribers. So it's honestly such a small thing that takes not a lot of time, especially in the beginning, but it can go a long way for making your channel really stand out and reminding people that you are in fact a real person on this side of the camera too. And now for the number 1 reason why most YouTubers completely give up. Mistake number 1, focusing only on the numbers. Ugh, yes, I know you're starting a YouTube channel because you want people to watch your videos. You want to see that subscriber number going up. You want to see views. You want to see comments. And it's frustrating when you don't get those numbers or that growth that you want straight out the gate. And yes, paying attention to analytics is important because it can tell you a lot about what type of content performs well and what doesn't, and what your audience likes and what they don't like, but focusing on the numbers alone is a huge mistake. And it's one that can really destroy your mojo if you're not careful. Trust me, it really did that for me at times. Do not let the numbers rule you, and don't measure your success by metrics alone. Do you want to know what the real secret to a successful YouTube channel is? Enjoy the process regardless of the results. If you're enjoying the process and you're getting positive feedback, that is so important. Fall in love with the process, show up, learn as you go, stay consistent, listen to feedback, and I almost guarantee you that your channel will eventually find its groove. It might not happen on the exact timeline that you want, but does anything in the online marketing world really happen on the exact timeline you want? If you want some real inspiration to stick with it, Mr. Beast uploaded his first YouTube video in 2012, and his channel didn't have its breakthrough moment until 2017. That is 5 freaking years. Could you imagine if he was just in it for the money or the fame? He would never have lasted 5 years. But he was on YouTube because he loved it, he was having fun with it, he kept showing up and trying different things and experimenting even when no one was watching. And now he is the highest paid YouTuber in the freaking world. So if you learned anything from this video, I hope it is that. Have fun with this process, please. And don't forget to grab your free copy of my YouTube equipment and studio guide in the description box below. I will see you next week with a brand new video. Until then, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. All right, guys, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to check out the next one from me right here. And you can click right here to get a free gift. So you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel? Awesome. Well, let me tell you the 5 things you must definitely do before you publish your first video and the things I wish I knew sooner. Keep watching.